Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-host, Jen Isgro and Tom Kokoza. How you doing tonight, Jen?
I'm good. I'm getting a lot of reactions in the chat for saying that I did High School Musicals with star of SNL, Colin Jost, who's a Staten Islander. I thought I must have mentioned that in the past 5 years, but I guess not. Yeah, I'm good. Still trucking along here. Keeping our fingers crossed.
But I thought Colin Jost was from like Queens.
No,
he's from Staten Island.
Or does he like live? Maybe he lives in Queens now.
I don't know.
Or at some point he moved there because I feel like something. Because I thought he's from Staten Island, and I saw something like he talks about Queens or something. Maybe after he
went to Regis High School. I know
maybe
that.
After high school he went to like I don't know, lived in Queens or something like that. After
I don't know. But,
I imagine.
Whatever.
I mean, gotta live in New York at least sometime.
I mean, Jen? You were in High School Musicals, not High School Musical, the movie.
Not the high school. Yeah, that wasn't a thing. No, he did 2 musicals at my high school
with the husband of Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. And actually, my best friend went on a couple of dates with him. So
there you go.
Every time he like appears on like when he was on the Olympics, every time you see him on something bigger and better, I text her like missed opportunity on that one. Pete
Davidson was much younger.
Yes,
is much younger. I didn't say was. He still is much younger. So
yeah.
Actually, so he went to. I think he went to St. Joseph by the Sea, the high school that I went to, and my mom was working there while Pete Davidson was there, and he used to get in trouble a lot.
He went to Star of the Sea until 3rd grade.
Oh, did he?
Because my friend's mother was his teacher on a very tragic day of his life when he was going to school there. So I heard that story.
Yeah.
But and then after that, I think he switched schools. Still talking about Staten Island.
Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Joe. I feel like I'm. I can't compete with this. I went to junior high with somebody famous or high school with somebody famous kind of stuff. I don't know if anybody particularly famous. I mean, people that are famous went to my high school, but not with me. So,
not while you were there.
Not while I was there. Yeah. Although I did find out, we continue the not doing anything that we actually do on the show. I did find out I was in a bookstore last week, and I saw a book. You know, you walk into like a Barnes and Noble or whatever, they have like these featured books, and I'm like, oh man, like it was a book. I think the author's name was like Ravi Gupta, and I'm like, oh man, there was a guy that when I was in college, my best friend at the time went to school in Binghamton, and I used to go and hang out with him, and we used to call his roommate Ravi. We used to call him Gupta, and I was like, I'm pretty sure we used to call him Gupta because his last name was Gupta, not because that was a nickname. And I opened up the book, it's that guy. So I didn't go to high school with him, but I got drunk many, many times with him.
I will say this, right? I went to high school with the now president and CEO of the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers.
Whoa!
Yes.
That's cool.
Matt Caldwell. He went to high school. He was the quarterback of the football team.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I think he went to West Point after high school too, so.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk about Wheel of Time, I promise.
There will be Wheel of Time talk on this Wheel of Time podcast.
Yes. And you listen till the end because we are going to announce a very special guest next week.
I don't know. It's funny, but Tom almost spit his beer out.
If you listen to the end, there may be some Wheel of Time talk here. No. You gotta just trust us.
Just keep listening.
So we're slipping in.
No, I just wanted to tease that so people don't hang up or whatever they do.
Yeah.
Don't hang up.
Don't hang up. Wait till the end. We're going to announce a special guest for next week. We got some news to talk about. I know you're like, what? The show's been canceled. What kind of news are we going to talk about? We're actually going to talk a little bit about some show news. And I'm just going to get right into it, right? So Save WoT, some updates on Save the Wheel of Time. You know what I just realized I need to do?
No.
We need to check.
The survey count?
Well, that's on my list already, but I wanted to check how many we're up to on Save WoT. 189,586 signatures.
Yeah.
We want to break that 200,000 mark. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign the petition. Have your friends, family, kids, dogs, cats sign the petition. There was some activity as well. So some more billboards went up this past week. Specifically in Sydney, Australia. There was a Supernova Comic Con last weekend, which is like a comic and gaming convention in Sydney. So there was a mobile billboard that parked outside there. And this coming weekend, or this weekend that just passed, if you're listening to this when it drops on Monday, the mobile billboard's going to be in a couple of other popular areas in Sydney. You can find out by going to savewot.com. And there was also a walking billboard in front of the Amazon offices in Sydney this week, which is pretty wild.
Walking billboard.
Yep, a guy walking around.
Like a sandwich board.
It is,
Kind of.
but I don't think you could see your face, right? It's like covering your head or something, or maybe the guy's face just wasn't in the video.
No, it's kind of strapped to their back.
Oh, that's right. They were backwards.
Yeah. So,
how heavy is it?
I don't think it's that heavy.
800 pounds.
It's not made of it's not made of concrete. It's probably just like a cardboard, a heavy duty
Pure
cardboard.
uranium.
Oh, I thought it was a screen. It's it's like a still photo that he's just wearing. I don't know why I thought it was like a screen. Yeah.
Oh,
maybe it was just the frame around it. I don't know.
That's insane. So you think it's like a marquee that he straps to his back, kind of?
I could be wrong, but that's what
it
it looked like.
that.
In the video.
Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was like a harness, and then they just put like the poster in it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, anyway, it's pretty cool walking around in front of the Amazon offices. And then another billboard in LA went up by where a lot of the studios are in Culver City. It's literally like within sight of HBO and Apple TV. So that's pretty cool. And from what we understand, like the executives are going to pass it like every day when they go to work or from work. So that's kind of cool. And that'll be there till the middle of July. So it's plenty of time for them to see it. So cool. Yeah. So there's still stuff going on, exciting things. We have not given up yet. I hope you haven't either. So yeah. Save WoT. Go to the website.
Do it.
Do what you can. You guys feeling any better, or have your thoughts changed about whether or not the show may return in some form or fashion?
I'm not feeling better. I mean, I don't know if I'm feeling worse.
Okay.
I could be feeling the same, but I don't think I'm feeling better. I mean, the campaign is amazing, all the different billboards and stuff going up, but I just feel like each day that passes is like less of a chance of it happening. I don't know. I don't want to give up yet, though. I'm not giving up.
Not to go off track here, but Laurel Carb in chat went to Wagner College for 2 years.
Very nice.
Back to Staten Island, everybody.
We
Back
went
to
to
musicals on
St.
Staten Island.
John's University,
Yeah.
right down the street.
Yeah, right down the street where we all met.
Maybe at one point we were on the S60 bus together.
Well, we have no idea when Laurel Carb was there.
No, we don't. That's what I said. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not definitely.
You don't have to share that with us if you don't want to. Tom, any different feelings or on the return of Wheel of Time?
I'll say this. When this all first started, when the news broke and we were trying to absorb and digest it, and then even before, I would say that the Save WoT campaign really crystallized and we started to be proactive with things. In my head, I'm like, if we don't hear anything by like July, we're probably not going to hear anything. That thought hasn't changed. I will say, you know, I know it's on the agenda to talk about. Rosamund posted something on Instagram, and that seemed like a little bit of a she's said goodbye. She is moving on from it. That's how I read that.
Yeah, Rosamund posted a bunch of pictures on Instagram, her Instagram stories. It was all like, it looked like she was doing like a photo dump of, you know, season 3, you know, behind the scenes kind of photos. And then the very last one that she posted was her holding up her Aes Sedai ring, her blue ring. And it said, I hang up my ring. And it said, tag the Wheel of Time. And everyone went crazy because they think this is definitive proof that the show's over. And I'm like, I don't think it's Rosamund's decision on whether the show goes, but people I think that like she knows that like there's no chance. But I don't even think that, to be honest with you. I think this is, like you said, Tom, this is her saying, you know, I'm done with the wheel, like the Wheel of Time's over. And just her acknowledging it. I know she's been doing a lot of other stuff. She's got a bunch of stuff coming out this year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, she's gonna be in a play, and she's got a couple
of movies, I think.
And, another movie coming out. Yeah, that 3, Now You See Me 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Now 3 See Me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Now You 3 Me.
Now 2 See Me. Now You 3 Me. Is that the sequel?
Now You 3 Me. I can't believe they keep making those movies.
That sounds like an invitation to a eventful night.
Now You 3 Me. Or somebody's got like, you know, I don't know, a swollen tongue or maybe. Now You 3 Me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is probably just her. Like she had a moment and she was like, all right, let me post on this and be Rosamund. I don't know. I don't think this means anything, like in the sense of, you know, this has no bearing on whether the show gets picked up or renewed or revived or whatever. I don't think
she decides if it gets picked up. I think she can sense what's going to happen, though, like being an executive producer.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. If there's absolute crickets happening like on that end, you know, I mean,
yeah,
she would know.
I kind of get, I'm in the same boat with Jen. I don't think it's like she has decided the show is not coming back anymore, and this is the coded way that she's telling everybody. I think it's more along the lines of like at that moment in time when she decided to post that, like she's saying goodbye, and if she's saying goodbye, like, it makes it harder for me to go, maybe it's not goodbye. Makes it harder.
Yeah, it's not like 100%. You know, anybody could, you know, company could just decide that they want to pick it up, and then hopefully she would unhang up her ring. But yeah, I guess she's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna just go about my business, and then whatever. Like to her, she's like letting it go and not expecting it to get picked up. But
yeah,
it doesn't mean it won't happen, but I don't know. Yeah. Doesn't seem hopeful from her end.
Do you think, all right, here's a great question. And this is not full spoilers. This is spoilers into Fires of Heaven. Do you think if Rafe knew that the show was going to get canceled, like this, when like, you know, it was announced, like this is going to be your last season, season 3 is going to be your last season, so make it count. I'm not even going to get into like, you know, whether he tries to do the last battle, because that's just ridiculous.
No.
Do you think it would have ended with Moraine dying, or, you know?
Yeah. I feel that the ending would have been really different because almost everybody ends on a cliffhanger.
You know what? I think if like, let's say like whatever, let's say like they were in production, they're about to start the season, and he gets told, "Hey, look, like, it's not getting renewed." right? Sorry, we're telling you now, but it's not happening. This is it. Like, I think it's better served for him as a showrunner to go, you know what? We're gonna do it as if there is gonna be a season 4, right? Not only on the chance that someone else picks it up, but like he was very against like wrap it up in one more season, like as like that's not viable. I don't think it would make sense for him to be like, let me put a cap on it. But I think it would make sense of like to be like, hey, let's leave it like open ended. That being said, that is a storyline you could end the season and not hurt the show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like she does go.
Oh, her dying.
Yeah, I mean they set it up for her to die, and then not kill her.
Well, I mean they didn't even. I have to say, like she could be dead.
Right.
I don't think she's.
She got impaled.
They could just literally go.
But they're right by a bunch.
She didn't make it.
They're a bunch of wise ones who can channel right by.
And
Egwene.
Well, she could be dead before.
Yeah, they're not.
Because Egwene brought somebody back to life once.
That would be the dumbest thing if they start. Let's say there was a season 4 and they started season 4 and it's like, oh no,
they won't.
She's not there, and they're just like she didn't make it.
No,
like that's terrible.
It's dumb, but like, the show has not had a problem before of just going, all right, everything's different. It's the start of a new season. Like,
but
no,
like your main not with your main character, your top actor on it. But I would say this: if the show did get, let's say, picked up by whatever Apple or whatever Netflix, and Rosamund's like, well, I'm busy, I can't do it. Like they would probably have to just write her and say she didn't make it.
She didn't make it.
Yeah. If I were Rafe, I would have totally had her end it dying, because then it's wrapping it up, but it's not wrapping the books up. You know?
Yeah, but if she dies, then she's dead. If she dies like that, she's dead.
Well, no, like in the books, she gets, I don't know, however it is. There's no door frame out there, so
change the end. Yeah, change it.
But you'd have to change it. Yeah. Maybe Matt goes to Ruidian. Maybe the door frame is in Ruidian, and Matt does go with them.
Fucking Ruidian shit. I'm with everybody. He's gonna go through one door and go to the next door in Ruidian.
It was much better this way.
I never.
No, but like, I don't know if I probably said this on the show, but season 2 was more of a definitive ending.
Yeah.
Than season 3.
Yes.
So
it ended like book 2, where it was kind of.
If season 2 ended the show, which, whatever, I still love season 3. It's amazing, but it would have been like okay, well, he won this battle and he went on to do more. He continued to have more adventures after this.
I would say, like, if you could do very, very, very minimal tweaks to the end of The Dragon Reborn and have it be a trilogy and have that series work.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, literally, all you have to do is not have Maureen mention that's, like, not the Dark One.
Yeah.
And then the series works as a trilogy. And, like, you don't need to know what happens now that Rand's declared the Dragon Reborn. That's the end of the story, right? Is that he's the Dragon Reborn and everyone knows.
Yeah.
So, yeah, season 2 does work, I think, more like as a finale of sorts than season 3 did. But now, like, I've mentioned on this show a bunch of times how much I love Twin Peaks, and Twin Peaks just ended on like the same thing, like just a huge cliffhanger, and then it got canceled, right? 25 years later, they picked it up. You never know. We didn't even include that in our canceled shows that got picked up thing.
What was that? What show?
Twin Peaks.
Oh, Twin Peaks.
25 years later.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
25 years later.
That's
Wheel
it.
of Time.
But
same actors.
But I think the fact that it ended on that cliffhanger, like, allowed it to have more life with the fans, because it was unresolved. It let people, like, it lived on in people's minds more, and that's not, if we don't get a season 4, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that, like, this show gets that, right? It gets that eternal what if. What?
So it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. There's a lot of worse things in the world.
There are a lot of worse things in the world than not
having
finishing the Wheel of Time TV show.
But
a lot. I don't know. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's some.
There's a lot. There's a lot. But we want,
Yeah.
but we still want, still want it to come back. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like we're not like, Save WoT's going strong is still a chance. And then like, I don't know, like part of me is like, not, I don't know, like it's like two parts of me are like fighting each other. Like it's over. And then they're no, it's not over. And that's, I don't know.
just how cool would it be though if it did come back?
Amazing. I want it to come back.
It would be awesome. So there's still some other Wheel of Time news, right? And I mean, this is just kind of an update, right? I mean, Emmy nominations, right, are going to be announced on July 15th. And we talked about a couple episodes ago some of the categories that the Wheel of Time submit or Amazon submitted for the Wheel of Time. So we're keeping our fingers crossed on some of those. That'll be shortly after we get back from WotCon. So that's a date to put on your calendar to see if we get any justice for the Wheel of Time. And WotCon virtual tickets are on sale now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. In-person tickets are no longer available, but you can still pick up a virtual ticket anytime. You can pick up a virtual ticket the day of or the second day in. They stay open because all the streamed panels are still there for you to watch. So, put a few dollars aside over the next couple of weeks. Get yourself a virtual WotCon ticket and see all the panels.
If you're a fan of the show, which I imagine you are because you're listening to us, we're gonna do a What Ones panel where you'll get to watch the three of us suffer through an increasingly spicy, more and more spicy series of wings while we have to answer questions that we don't know what they're going to be.
Yes,
so,
and it's going to be hosted by Kevin Angus.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. You will only be able to see that panel is if you are either there in person or you get a virtual ticket. If that's not reason enough to get a virtual ticket, I don't know what is. I was actually practicing today. I have this really, really, really spicy hot sauce. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to dump a bunch of this on some cantaloupe and eat it.
Cantaloupe?
Don't.
Oh, yes. You don't put hot sauce on like cantaloupe, mango, honeydew, even pineapple.
Mango.
It's great. It's great. Yeah.
Joe, I don't eat hot sauce, which is why this is going to be really entertaining to watch me suffer.
It was spicy. I was like, I ate a few pieces and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is prep because I'm hoping none of the sauces are going to be that spicy because that's a really, really, really spicy sauce.
I'm just watching.
It's got the Trinidad scorpion pepper in it, which is like, I don't know.
I'm watching all the hot ones and getting more and more scared by seeing people's reactions.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy. I just watched one and they had chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's it. I would love to interview someone who has been a guest on What Ones to find out like how much they milked it.
Well, that's what you can ask Matt.
On What Ones?
No, on Hot Ones.
Oh, Hot
I feel
Ones.
like on Hot Ones, I feel like everybody's like.
I don't think so. Did you see was it Will Forte?
Well, no, Conan O'Brien, I think milked it because.
Well, I feel like Conan O'Brien like broke the wall that it's really not that bad.
Well, no,
I don't know. I see people crying and like their eyes are red and.
Conan O'Brien, he's admitted that like spicy food does not like it doesn't bother him at all.
Right.
He said that before. Like it's just like a taste thing. Like some people just I don't know. Like I think they talk like Stone Cold Steve Austin took it pretty well. Like he wasn't phased. But I was watching this guy who does a cooking show on oh God, what I can't remember what that network is that had all the cooking shows on it.
The Food Network?
No, not the Food Network. It's the other something else.
What's that network with the food?
It's a different one where like Anthony Bourdain was on and like those travel food, whatever. The Men versus Food or whatever, those shows.
That's food. It's a Food Network.
No, it was another. I think it started on another network. A Travel Channel. Thank you. It's the Travel Channel. Yeah.
Okay.
And he went through the whole thing like without a problem.
Yeah, I think I saw Chris Jericho on there and he threw up halfway
that,
through.
Chad? Chris Jericho threw up.
I'm gonna take like a really small bite of each wing. I can't because, yeah, it's just not gonna be good.
You're not going to win that.
Imagine I threw up live. Some people would probably really like to see
Come on,
that.
you got to come. There you go. Jen might throw up if you want to see Jen throw
No,
up.
if I throw up, that'd be the absolute worst thing that ever happened. I'm trying to think of how far. What room is it in?
There are worse things, Jen.
Yeah.
There are worse things.
The Wheel of Time may not come back.
If you threw up in front of 50 people and how many other people watching you, online, and you knew that video existed forever, anyone can find it at any point and rewatch it.
You can't. No, you.
But
people
you get the Wheel of Time back. Would you do it? Would you go in knowing?
Well, like
I would throw up in. Wait. I would throw up in the bathroom to save the Wheel of Time, not in front of everyone.
That is selfish. That's selfish.
I would
it's
throw
nothing. I still have to throw up.
The Wheel of Time. I'd do it. I'd definitely do it. Anyway, if you want to see Jen throw up, buy a virtual.
No, I'm not going to throw up. I'm not going to throw up. I'm going to cry. I'm probably going to cry, though, right?
Yes, if you want to see Jen cry.
Everyone on Hot Ones cries. Their noses are running. I feel
you gotta make sure you don't touch your face.
Disgusting. Yeah, you can't touch your eyes, right?
Not with your fingers, at least.
What else would I touch them with?
Like your knuckles. You've never like eaten something like for instance barbecue chicken or ribs, and then your eye was bothering you, so you use your knuckle.
Are there going to be hand wipes? Because I don't like to be dirty.
Well, it's not.
Brother, are you going to have like little wipes? No, those wipes that you open up.
You were like trying to open a map.
Yeah,
no, it was like one of those individually wrapped.
Yeah, I know what it was, but it was like.
You're gonna have those
just individually wrapped ones,
like a squirrel eating an acorn.
My hands between each wing. Yes, hand wipes, cloth napkins, paper towels. Love it. Yes. And a big glass of milk.
This is great. This is great stuff for our listeners. They want to hear all these details.
Because after you see it, and I'm
preparations for
after I'm just like gone for the rest of the day at walk on, you'll know what happened to me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What?
So
I'll get you some dude wipes for the after effects.
Dude wipes.
All
right. That's enough of that, I think.
Right.
Tom, we launched our annual scientific survey, our second annual scientific survey last week.
That's true. We did.
How are we doing so far, right? We posted online. We've got the little promo running for the podcast. We got to do this a little bit more posting, but I know I've probably gone through at least 150 votes. It's interesting because some of the names appear so many times and some of them I rarely see. So I'm assuming other people doing it are seeing those names a lot of times and not seeing the ones that I'm seeing as much.
So I didn't do like a detailed breakdown of like, yeah. But I would say I did do a quick once over. It does look like a fairly even distribution of votes. So yeah, I think maybe just randomness. As of earlier today, we're slightly north of 23,000 votes.
Yes. Keep it coming, people.
And I feel like that's with minimal. We really haven't even pushed it that much. So thank you to everyone who has listened and voted. If you haven't done it yet, please do so. I think it's fun. Tremendous fun.
It's fun to do, to be honest. Like I'll sit there and I'll just be like, ooh, this is a good, like I had Pavara and Andrel against each other. And I was like, well, that's an interesting matchup. I actually had, Nalshon or Nalisian and Talmanis against each other. Talmanis against each other.
It's good. It's an interesting matchup. I think it's an easier vote.
No, it was an easy one, but just interesting matchups like that. Then I keep getting like people. I'm just like, no, never. There's one person on the list I don't even know who they are.
Did you use the?
Well, I will say the AI thing doesn't always give you like good information. It'll just be like sometimes for the Aes Sedai, oh, this is a powerful Aes Sedai of the Blue Aja who's an important character in the Wheel of Time, and I'm like, okay, that's like everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah, some of them are not as good.
This Aes Sedai begins with the letter S.
I did not look it up. Wolfie, you want the link? If you go to our website, talkaramyad.com, there's a big banner right at the top that takes you there. So that's awesome. North of 20,000. Great. And we got at least 2 more weeks of this. So
Yeah.
I think we could beat our record of 36,000 from last year.
Definitely.
Very excited for this. Very, very excited. Awesome. So we're going to do something a little different on this episode. We just kind of opened it up in Discord for like a Q&A. So we asked people if they had any questions they wanted to ask us, that we would do our best to answer them. I don't think we've ever done something like this before.
We did.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
sorry. I have a
It was at
terrible
one of our,
memory.
I think it might have been our 250th or something like that. One of our anniversary episodes, we did it.
Okay. Thank you, because I have no recollection. I have a terrible memory.
No, I think it was one of those ones where, well-oiled. It was a well-oiled episode.
All right. Jen, you want to pick one of these questions that's in Discord?
Okay.
Ask away.
You can use one weave of the one power in your regular life. Which weave is it, and how do you use it?
Okay. Who asked that question, dude?
Dana.
Dana Lou.
Zool.
Zool, friend of the show. If I could use one weave in life, what would it be and how would I use it?
Yeah.
That's easy. Gateways.
Yeah, you're right.
I would use it for everything. Are you kidding me? Like, I'd be like, oh, we're going to WoTCon? We're there. Wheeling my stuff through the gateway. Go to work. I just have to snap my... I would go into the office probably every day then, instead of working from home some days, if I could just teleport right there.
I'm glad you picked something like useful and non-aggressive, because my first instinct was fireball, and I'd use it every time someone was an asshole on the road.
Well, I mean, you could just buy a gun and do that, Tom. If you
yeah, but like they can trace a gun to me
or a rocket ship. Oh yeah,
if a car exploded, no one would go, I think it was that guy using magic.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to see the weaves.
Right. So like today someone cut me off, and then like not like as a jerk to do it, but like cut me off and then drove 5 miles under the speed limit as well.
People do that to me every day, Tom. Every day.
So like I was very aggravated. And I'm like, okay, this person is just, they want to give a lot of space between they want to give like more than a car length space between the car in front of them. That's fine. I understand. I'm trying to calm myself down, because you get upset. And you're like, he doesn't need to be upset. Then like that car moved and this guy was just whatever. So I was, so then like it becomes a 2-lane road, right? Like, and so and it's a red light, and I end up pulling up next to the person, and I go to look, you want to know who you dislike intensely, and they've got tinted windows, and I was like, I hope this car I hope all the wheels fall off right now while he's parked, just complete, like he can't go anywhere. And it didn't happen.
So you're going to say something else terrible.
No, and so like that is why
I hope a fireball struck it.
Yes, that's why I would choose fireball, because that's it all the time. Anytime there's a whole line of traffic and someone says, I'm going to drive on the shoulder.
Fireball.
Oh man, now I want to talk about something else about Staten Island, but I won't, just because you said that. I won't do that. Fireball, I'm okay. Go ahead, Jen. What's yours? That is aggressive.
What if you could like balefire a situation?
You can't
like,
balefire.
I don't want to balefire a person, but I just want to like go back in time.
You can balefire an object.
Have that didn't just happen. Yeah, like the vomit in the trash. No, balefire the wings out of my stomach. No, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's gateways. That's the answer, but I'm trying to think if there's any other.
Like, balefire. Gateways is the answer.
No, I'm saying balefire because you already took gateways.
No, you can say gateways.
I mean, yeah, like that's teleport. Is it like a flying weave?
There was a flying weave, they say, in the Age of Legends, but nobody here knows it.
Yeah.
Well, I would know it.
Other bad thing that I would probably do is compulsion.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Compulsion's
That's
a nice
awful.
one, too, but that is pretty awful.
No, you can't compel.
It's terrible.
Compel people.
Compulse
I
people?
won't compulse anyone.
Thank you, Tom. No one picked healing. I mean, you'd be rich.
We have doctors for that.
Oh yeah, you can become rich too by being able to. You just become a doctor and you pretend. Yeah, oh, surgery. Yeah, just start cutting people up, not knowing anything, and then just heal them.
I'd probably become a faith healer if that were the case.
Cure. Oh no, that's not nice. Why are you turning everything like to evil, Tom?
Yes.
You're committing medical fraud.
It's not fraud if I'm healing somebody. If I'm actually helping
It is
them
if you're
curing it.
cutting people open and it's going.
Well, I gotta make it look like I'm doing surgeries to cover up.
I'm saying I'm going to do exactly what I'm saying. Come to me. I will heal you.
Why does this have to be? No one says this has to be a secret.
No, but your faith
Why
healing.
can't you just be like, I have this magical power?
Because then the government
Yes.
will kidnap me. And
Yes, exactly.
I
Have you
will
not
never
seen all of the movies?
I'll never see the sunlight again.
Question: have you never seen a movie about somebody with special powers?
Oh.
They always get captured by the government or try to get captured by the government.
Right.
And
The government
tests on.
really into that right now.
Yes.
A tempting fate.
So it would have to be a secret. Tom would faith, but those are the people though, right? Are you going to be one of those? Are you going to be like
I'm not going to like
free faith healer? Like you're not going to charge people like those preachers?
I was gonna say, you're gonna get up in front of the congregation and make like a whole big show of it.
You're gonna testify,
like exercise the demons.
If like the wheel of time we use came to me right now, and like I said, you could pick anything. It's not, you don't have to spin it. Pick whatever you want. And like at the moment, I was feeling, which clearly I'm not generally, so altruistic that I'm going to choose healing. No, I don't think I would charge for it. You know what I would probably do if I had like the power to heal is I'd probably work on I'd probably work on a rehab clinic, and try to cure people's addiction.
Oh, that kind of rehab. I thought you meant like physical therapy. I was like, you're really going low, Tom. You're thinking too small.
You guys could work together and you could like gateway him across the country so that he could be healing.
So I can fireball.
There's
fireball jerks all over the place.
There's a joke in here about gateways and drugs, rehab. I don't know what it is. I can't get to it, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there you go. You do. Here's the thing: if you were able to heal, and also if it got out that you had magic powers to heal, I mean, people would just be swarming you and coming to you, and like all you'd be doing is healing, and then you get tired, right? Because just if we're pretending it's like the books, and you get worn out, you have to rest, and all these people want you to come. Who's gonna fucking kidnap you to heal their sick kid or something like that? Because you just don't have enough time in a day to heal every single person in the world who's sick.
Don't worry, I'm not that. I'm choosing violence or mind control first.
Well, Tom, if you're going to mind control and I heal, you could be like my bouncer or like my guard, and anyone who you just compulse them to calm down and relax and wait there. You like a bouncer.
Get in line.
Control the line. That's what you do if you could do compulsion. I'd become a bouncer.
Yes.
I'd be the best.
I'd be like what's his face in Roadhouse? Just the best cooler in the business.
All right, that was a fun question.
Yeah, really.
Tom, do you want to pick one of these questions?
I'm gonna pick a question because I didn't realize someone put this question into the chat, and I didn't realize I just answered it in chat, but I'm gonna answer it here. So, Vive 2027 says, is there a way for some of us with bigger platforms to do interviews with the various producers and right holders? The mystery of it is so bothersome. And then there was a couple of follow-up questions that this person would like the answers to. Why were the marketing efforts from Prime dropped after season 1? Are the rumors that Sony is shopping it not true? Or are they true? Right? Is because they've already tried? There's so many questions needing answers. So I guess the question to you is that, to the both of you, and I guess to me as well, is like, if we had the opportunity, or would we want to pursue the opportunity to try and find people who worked as producers on this show and get the inside scoop?
They're not going to talk.
Right.
There's no way they're going to talk. Maybe like 20 years from now, somebody will, bring it up on a podcast or something like that. But none of the producers or any of the execs are going to talk and give you any answer that is going to make you happy or even feel better. They're going to say, if they did talk, they're going to say, oh, it's a business decision, you know, the viewership numbers and the money, and, you know, you're going to get, which is, to be honest with you, is really, I think, the answer.
There's no reason that they would say, and we'll be like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Like, it's going to make us angry no matter what the reason is. Like, I think what the reasons are what were shared.
Yeah, it stinks, but I don't think that there's any, I think that they had a very set budget. That budget did not include a lot of money for marketing, and like then they were like, it's not making enough money. We're going to cancel the show, and like it's not. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else than that. That being said, if anybody who's worked on the show does want to come on the podcast, we'd have you at any time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that's the answer. I don't know if any of us have any different answers, but. And why the marketing efforts would drop, I have no idea. No idea.
I don't know either. I mean,
Prime doesn't. I feel like they don't really do much advertising for a lot of their TV shows.
Not really much advertising.
No. I mean, even the merchandising sucked.
Yeah, there's some things out there that they.
I mean, the hat was okay.
I don't even know if you could buy this hat. Can you?
No,
I don't think you can. No,
no, you can't buy anything.
Might be able to actually.
Well.
Yeah, the shirts weren't good. Like, there's so many opportunities for.
The robe is pretty comfortable, but you can't buy this stuff.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of things they could have done, like with Twilight when they had where there was Team Jacob and Team Edward. Like, you could have done stuff like with shirts with different Aja colors, and I don't know. It was right there. Don't know.
Team Egwene, Team Lanfear.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know why they didn't do it. It was a conscious decision, obviously, considering they have a platform to sell stuff on too.
Yeah, I think it was. I think again, though, I think
minimal. I mean, sorry, it's just like one of us could design a shirt and put it up for sale. It's not hard. It doesn't cost a lot of money.
I think this was a rights issue thing too, though. I think this is the kind of thing where it's like so many people were going to get a slice of the pie that nobody was going to make enough money for it to be worthwhile.
I guess I can't imagine being a heavy lift though. But whatever. I get it. No, actually, I don't. I lied.
I remember. Remember that HBO store that was on like 42nd Street?
Yeah.
No.
It was like a little tiny store, and I would go and they would have like Game of Thrones t-shirts and stuff in there.
I bought it online. Awesome. They had awesome Game of Thrones. They used to have one for each. Yeah. I have my House Martell shirt.
Yeah.
They had one for each of the houses, and
but every HBO show had like a little. Yeah, they had like the online store, but they had like a physical store, and you could go in, and they would have like all the different sections for all their shows.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Especially when you know there's a fan base that will just buy that shit.
Yes.
Like, big time. Like, people will buy like multiple shirts just to have all of them.
Yeah.
Every Aja.
I don't get it. All right. Well, anyway. Yeah. Sorry, Viv. Don't know the answer to that.
What about you?
I don't know if I want to ask this question because it's not a real question, but maybe I will ask it. So Light Blighted Fool says, season 4 episode where the Saldeans arrive to rescue Perrin. When?
No, I said they're too busy swearing their dark oaths and
the Saldeans
dark friends.
So all of Saldea's dark friends because the one.
Not everyone, but their leaders of their army seem to be. I mean, unless the dad is like floating his head in the clouds, everyone else in the family seemed to know what was going on. So,
well, I think the only way that Fail found out was when her mom was like, "I got a secret."
I know, but like all of a sudden, like your daughter's gone, your son's dead.
Well, she killed her son supposedly,
right? Unless they hid it, and like, I don't know.
Maybe she pinned it on Fail.
Maybe Fail did it.
And she's lying.
The whole story was a lie. She's the dark friend.
Oh.
Drama.
Even another reason why there needs to be a season 4.
Yeah. So we could just make it all up.
I don't think that's true. I think that we just would probably never have seen Davram Bashir.
Oh no, you know what? I feel like the opposite. I honestly think it would be a really good storytelling device for like them to appear exactly like they are in the books, just with Rand all the time, and from jump, this is a dark
With
friend,
Rand, yeah.
and Rand just has them in his trusted circle, like the whole time, and you're like waiting for that bomb to go off. Would have been good.
Yeah.
Think about it. All right.
Oh well.
All right. Next question. Jen, you want to pick one?
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Dana Lou got a lot there. A lot of good
Let me
questions.
go back. Where are they?
You want me to
Closed
pick
up.
one? You got it.
No, I'll get it. I just have to remember where they are. Okay. Talk around my episode hook. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot here. So
Pick one.
what is something? There's so many. What is something fun you have learned while making this podcast?
That Woodrow is a town in Staten Island.
Not this particular podcast, Joe. Not this episode.
The entire podcast.
thing. No.
What's something fun that I've learned? How to make a podcast?
There you go.
Is that a bad answer?
No.
No, that's a good answer.
Life skills.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's good.
Survey says. Maybe one day Jen and I will learn how to do that too.
You're the talent.
That's it.
You don't need to.
Jen's the talent. I have some yet to be
you guys are
discovered.
You guys are 2/3 of
show.
the podcast, so.
No, we're not.
No.
I thought you were, the two of you.
Jen's 2/3.
Oh, Jen is 2/3. Sorry.
Right.
I forgot
We're
about that.
5/6 of the podcast.
We're 5/6 of the podcast, Jen and I.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want. I've learned a lot more about the books than I did previously. I've learned a lot more about like how television is made, like the nuts and bolts of things.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'll say this, and then I'll again use the opportunity to be cheesy. I've never been like I've never wanted to be part of a fan community, right? Back in the book publishing days, I was on WoT Mania and some of the message boards and stuff, just to read and learn, but like not to necessarily like be a part of that community. I never wanted to do anything like that, and like that turned out to be really great. So that was something fun that I learned.
Cool.
Something fun that I learned.
Tom learned that fan communities aren't so bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like learning isn't fun. So
no,
this is
I'm
tough.
like, I had a lot of good like experiences, and I'm trying to think of like something I learned.
Jen has not learned. Jen's like, I haven't learned a damn thing.
I have learned. I've learned things about myself. Can I say that?
Yeah, but what? You have to say something specifically that you've learned
Like-
about yourself.
I don't know. But we're good at podcasts. People want to listen to it. I didn't know like anybody would want to even listen, and I feel like we've come a long way.
I knew that
obviously.
already. I already knew that.
Okay. Like just Tom said, I learned a lot more about the books too because I only read the books once. Still, I'm not even finished with a first reread.
You haven't finished yet? You started
No,
reading when we started the
I know.
podcast, didn't you?
I know. I stopped for
It's almost 6 years ago.
You're right, Dana. I have learned about hen rescues.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did learn a lot about hens.
I forgot about that. I did, yeah. And I actually
Horses first, back in the day.
horses,
Yeah.
but we didn't really learn about horses.
I
reported
think
about
I
horses.
taught you something about like.
We learned.
I think I told you guys one thing about horses.
We learned hobo signs.
Homo signs.
signs?
Yes, hope that's true. I feel like there was a lot about like European history and Arthurian myth that I didn't really know. Like the Arthurian myth, I knew like I don't know, not too much more than what's covered in the Sword and the Stone. So like I learned a lot more about that stuff. I thought that was pretty interesting, but I'm a history buff, so that's not for everybody. before we go, I'm going to give you 2 hobo signs.
There you go. Hobo
Right.
signs.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we learned a lot. I'm trying to look through the episodes and see if there's anything specifically that I can remember, but
Right.
I have a
I think,
terrible memory.
right. I think Dana mentioned it, the weights and measures episode.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
I
remember
remember.
any
I
of that.
definitely remember all of that.
I definitely learned it. Can't say
at
I
the
remember
time.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I couldn't even name any of the measures. Stone, right? The stone, they say. Hand. Right?
And, yeah. Right.
10 days in a week.
Mm-hmm. We did I think we did a little bit about the calendars too and all the
we
holidays.
did
Yeah.
months,
Right.
calendars,
Um,
holidays. That was a separate
how many
episode,
wheels?
right? That was a totally different episode, right?
How many
the
what?
calendar wheel. Like it was a wheel. How many wheels it took to get somewhere? It was like another
Oh.
measure of distance.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There's another question that Dana put in. What interview were you the most excited about?
The first one.
Yeah.
Oh, the Jennifer Chiang Garcia one? That first one?
I can't remember. Like, I don't even remember. Was it that one or was it the first one we did after season 2? I can't even remember who the first interview we did was.
The Jennifer Chiang Garcia one was like insanely exciting. I would say,
yeah.
Because like, you know, that, like I think that was I would say in a different way. The interviews that we did before, the interviews that we did for season 3, like we did a lot of them, and like there were some of them that really they excited me in a different way. Like the Jennifer Chiang Garcia one excited me in like, oh my god, we're doing this, blah blah blah, and there was a lot of nervousness. There was a lot of like there was a few interviews that we did in season 3 where I was like, oh, I think we know how to do this now. Yeah. And like there was like a rhythm to them, and there was like a back and forth with some of the interview subjects. It wasn't just like I'm trying to read my questions and I'm watching the clock, but like that excited me in a different way. So I think one of the conversations we had with Marcus, and one of the ones that I did with Thomas Napper, the director, I think both of those were like a different level.
Yeah. I'm trying to, Jen, do you remember who the first person we interviewed was? Like after
for season 2?
Yeah, I could probably look it up. I think I have it somewhere.
I think it was like, was it Madeline?
No.
I can't remember.
No, I'm thinking of season 3. I don't know. Definitely very excited when we did, when we interviewed Jennifer Chiang Garcia, like you said, Tom, just because it was like the first one and it was early on, and
that was like the first time we got anything about like what it was like to like what the set was like, and like there was a lot of cool stuff in there.
We got
even without spoilers.
There was. Yeah. It was really exciting.
Yeah, there were no spoilers. I feel like we did a pretty good job of.
Well, we did a very good job too.
She did too, but we also were like, okay, we're not gonna like.
No,
right.
we knew
try to get her in. I mean, even though I think she did get in trouble because she wasn't supposed to do the interview at all, but she didn't give us anything.
Right, she didn't get in trouble for
ruin the show, like.
Yeah.
So it was like it was fun. It was just fun. Yeah, I don't remember who did we even interview for season 2. I know we did Marcus and
Marcus
Maddie.
Donald.
You're right. It was.
Donald.
I think it was
Maddie.
It was
Zoe.
Maddie was the first.
Kira.
Yeah.
Ayula.
Natasha.
No,
Don't
not
forget
the season
Natasha.
2.
Yeah.
Not
Ayula.
the season 2.
Yes,
though.
Kira and Ayula. We did interview for season 2. Kate.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Donald, Marcus, and
Not together.
No.
No.
Oh, Kate.
Natasha,
Yeah, that's right.
Zoe, and Madeline was the first one we did.
Yeah. See, I told you.
Yeah. And she's such a good she's very easy to talk to.
Yeah,
Like
she
she's a good
was.
interviewer. So that was good that it was the first one. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we were really excited for those because we knew we were going to be doing a bunch of them, and it was like Amazon, Amazon saying, "Here, you want to do these interviews," as opposed to like us sneaking an interview with someone we shouldn't have.
yeah,
We didn't know. We were only 42 episodes deep.
Were we? Oh, yeah.
true.
We didn't know what the protocol was. Now we
Right.
know.
Yeah, I
We
whatever.
were
I think
babies.
like we, I think in doing that first interview, right? Like we inadvertently, we didn't even really know at the time, like kind of like people were not happy that interview happened, right? And so we didn't get anything else with season 1, and that we got brought into the fold in season 2, I think was exciting. Not
Yeah, and I
from
think-
a like talking to a person way, but from like okay, like we're like seen at a different level.
They're
now.
acknowledging us. Yes. And there was another, we won't talk about it, but there was another reason behind that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Different people handling it.
yes, yeah, that happens a lot, right? Roster turnover helps.
Yeah. All right. So my turn. Questions. Let's see. So Viv's got a bunch of questions here, and I feel like I don't know the answers to any of these.
I think Tom said them all, didn't he?
Did you do all?
Yeah, I put them in as like I felt like it was like one question.
I don't
like-
think we talked about the Sony not shopping.
No,
We don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I mean I'll
I
just
thought
say
she
that-
was saying those questions were what we would ask a producer.
yeah, I felt like all of that was like, would you talk to somebody? There's so many mysteries like these, like that we would want to know the answers to.
We don't
Gotcha. These are the things we would ask. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like all of that stuff, like if we were able to talk to somebody, to Joe's point earlier, like they probably wouldn't say anything, but
No.
if we ever get somebody at a bar,
Yeah.
a couple of drinks in,
A
see
little
if we can
sodium
find something out.
pentothal in the drink. I don't think
That
you're
was
supposed
not
to
what
drink
I was
it.
just saying.
Oh,
I was
okay.
saying
Compulsion.
in a
Do a little-
casual,
Tom
Do a
would
little
do his-
compulsion.
That's what Tom would do in his
use my
compulsion.
compulsion,
Yeah.
right?
He compulse the Amazon execs to have them make the Wheel of Time.
They'll make you so happy by making more Wheel of Time.
Give them all the money in the world. Jeff Bezos, they sell Jeff Bezos' yacht to make
Right.
it. All right, so now I will pick another question. If anyone has any like new other questions too, you guys can.
Yeah, if anybody in chat is listening and wants to ask us something, feel free.
Yeah, go ahead, put some questions in there. Oh wow, this is okay. I mean, I feel like we've done the Aja. Have we talked about Ajas?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
We know Jen's Aja.
Yeah.
We could do it again though, right? So
Sure.
if you were an Aja, which one would it be and why? Jen, you go first because I think everybody knows because you mentioned it many, many times.
Red, because
Why, Jen?
they get shit done that nobody else wants to do, which is saving the world from male channelers. And not becoming Black Aja.
Some good. There are some good
Sticking with
reds.
red. I know. Staying red.
Sylviana, Pavara,
Yeah.
Teslin's not so bad.
Tarna until
Tarna-
she gets
Who's
turned.
the one
Tarna gets turned.
That's right. she gets turned.
Sutama so far?
Sutama.
In the show, she's done. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Galena
Yeah,
so
she's a-
far.
she's a real good
Yeah,
one.
Galena seems.
All right,
know.
Sutama.
I was looking
That's
for my
it.
bookmark, my Aja bookmark, but I don't know what happened to it. It might be in. It might still be in the Shadow Rising from when we did our reading.
Joe, what Aja
White,
would you?
white. I was going to show my bookmark. White,
Oh.
right? One of the most boring, if not the most boring Aja.
Yeah, it's in the books. It's not. I mean, but it does have. Nominally Alviarin, who's, my.
I'm going to check if it's in the book because I wanted to read the stuff off of it. Go ahead, talk
Okay.
amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Give us a topic.
Well, we have a topic. We just keep going, right? So mine would be blue, and if you are on our Discord at all, you may notice that the three of us like things in the colors of the Ajas that we identify with. So I always like things with a blue heart, and Joe always likes things with a white heart. Jen uses the more typical red
Yeah,
heart for
I didn't
like.
know I was even doing that.
There you go. I think that you just do what most people normally do,
Yeah.
and then Joe and I are like, "Oh, I guess we'll just do our Ajas instead."
Okay.
Yeah, I think that and not in the I think the blue Aja in the books, like they're vaguely described as like they fight for causes, right? And I think that, like,
I can't
I
find
think-
it.
I'm very sorry, Joe.
How the hell could it have gone? It was on my desk. All right, well, whatever. Go ahead.
So yeah, I think that fits in with my ethos more than any of the other ones. I think that at different times in my life, I might have identified more as a white or a brown, but I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little more passionate about things. So, yeah.
So what is that? Blue?
Yeah.
Blue. It's a
We're
good
the
color.
colors of America, guys.
What are the
Yeah.
colors of
Fuck
America?
yeah. America.
These colors don't run.
We should dress in our Aja colors and stand next to each other.
Oh,
I wear blue shirts more than anything else.
I don't know. I have a red shirt.
I have a white
probably
shirt.
do.
I have a lot of red stuff too, but
I definitely have a white shirt. We can be Aja, American Aja,
all right.
the red, white, and blue Aja.
You know, the red, white, and blue. Oh, the funny things you do. Sorry. The most American song I can think of.
Is that America's Funniest Home Videos?
Yeah.
Okay. That's like, I know that song.
I did not get it. That's wow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a pull. That's a pull, Jen.
There's so much just right on the
Right
the
there.
fringes of my mind that I can just pull right out.
I was very happy that earlier
One
in
of
this
those-
podcast, I
one of
snapped
those-
my fingers 3 times, and you knew that I was doing Mr. Cellophane, like, without having to say.
Well, we were
the
talking
thing.
about cellophane. so-
I know, but like it was literally like you didn't have to. It could have been anything. And you're like, oh no, he's doing Mr. Cellophane. It's clear. All right.
Yeah. It's not like we
He
were
doesn't even snap. It's just the beat. I was just doing the beat. There's not a snapping finger bit in that song.
Well, these are things that are on the very tip of Jen's mind. Mr. Cellophane,
Always.
America's Funniest Home Videos.
That's it.
Always.
They're always there waiting for.
Don't ask me for like the name of someone I met in the last 10 years, but everything else.
It's it's
in
like
there.
she used me. Now I must wither away into this, to the back of Jen's mind to the next time I'm needed.
So
Get in
there's
line.
there was a question. Wolf Brother put a question in, just so that we share the wealth from Dana's. Although I want to go back. Dana has some other good questions. One, if for someone starting a podcast, what advice would you give them?
Find a friend that is willing to put in the work to make your podcast good.
and latch on to them.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would say, in the words of Nike, just do it. It's lame advice. But you gotta if you want to do it, you gotta just be consistent, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be consistent.
Yeah.
Have Dana listen to your first couple of episodes and pump you up to everybody.
Yeah. She'll
So-
she'll tell everybody in every Discord server to go check you out. So become good friends with Dana Lou
Yes.
as well. That's also help. Well, if it's going to be a Wheel of Time, well, any podcast, she would do that for herself.
Yes. But yeah, I think consistency is the key. Honestly, I do. I think that if you're trying to build an audience, they need to know that you're going to be out at a certain rhythm, whatever that rhythm is. And like, if you're going to do a podcast and you're going to say like, oh, we're going to do like once a month, like no one's going to listen to you. Like you've got to put out some level of regularity. And don't worry about the quality to start, because your first number of episodes are really not going to be that good. And you have to be okay with that. But like, you can develop that stuff like as you go along. If it's just you, if you're going to do like a podcast with somebody else, you're going to develop the rapport. Don't worry about that stuff, and don't just start putting stuff out, and you'll find your rhythm.
You have to cast your podcast in a certain way, the way Joe did, where he's like pros and cons to all his friends who would like mesh well together, and the different personalities.
I wish I would have had that
And
list.
then,
I wish I would have saved that list. It's funny.
My pro was girl.
It was one of your pros.
I know.
It was a pro.
I know. That's okay. I am a girl.
Jen was a diversity hire. We actually, because of the new rules, we actually have to kick Jen off the podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh my god.
No.
Get another white guy in here
I
quick.
need the white guy in there quick.
There's not
we're
enough
struggling.
white guy voices.
Yeah, we're struggling here. We need more. We need another white guy.
Oh my God.
So if there's any white guys out there who like the Wheel of Time,
What? I can't imagine.
I don't know
how
where we're
many-
going to find them, but
Man, it's tough out there.
Oh my God.
So
yeah, those. So what? Consistency. I think that was one, right? Jen said,
Yeah.
Find a friend who'll make a list.
No, I mean, me and Tom wanted to make a podcast. We couldn't.
You could.
That-
I
don't
could
know.
teach you how to do it in like 10 minutes.
yeah, I
Okay.
think that we could. We're very happy that you
Yeah.
do.
It's the editing that I have to teach you. You
Yeah, we
guys
could
are-
talk,
yeah.
but
Well, you can also record. You record your own stuff.
I guess.
I mean, if you want to do a whole like spiel with like the video going and streaming to Discord, yes, it's a
yeah,
little bit
we
more.
could do
but
it in like YouTube.
you could do a
I guess,
podcast though, and
Right.
easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You just got to edit
Thanks,
it, which
Joe.
is not
Thanks
fun.
for believing in us.
I believe in you.
yes.
And believe in yourself.
Thanks.
That's another piece of advice for starting
Yes,
a
believe in
podcast.
yourself. Don't think your voice sounds weird, because after a while you'll get used to it and it won't
Yes.
sound weird anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right. No. Remember, everyone else already thinks you
Yeah.
sound like that.
Yes, they already know you sound like that. Actually, it's not that they think they know
Right.
you.
Right.
Sound
Like,
like
yeah, but that's my point. Like, it may sound weird to you, but like you've been talking like that your whole life. Sorry. We still like you anyway. Right.
Yeah.
So,
I listen to my voice every week when I do my editing, although it's sped up, so it's a little higher pitched. That's a tip too. If you're really into editing your podcast and you want to save some time, speed up the playback just a little bit. Just don't forget to put it back though after you, because I've done that before, and I'm sure some of you heard those episodes
Yes.
for a day. Yeah, that saves a little bit of time. Gets through it a little faster. Slow it down and laugh how drunk everyone sounds. That's a good one too, Danny. I've never done that before.
I've done that. Like, I've done that accidentally. Like when I've sped something up to listen to it, and then tried to bring it back to normal and went too far the other way.
Yeah. Oh, Emmys just put a question in.
Sure.
If the show does not come back, will you still get together every Friday night? Will you find a new topic for a pod? I don't know. Do we want to talk about that now?
I will say that we're planning to talk about that in a couple episodes.
We've talked a little bit about it already.
Yeah.
And we plan to talk about it more. And I think, right, so our 300th episode's coming up, right? This is episode
Yeah.
297? 298. This is episode 298. Next week, episode 299 is going to be a special guest, and then episode 300 will be after WoTCon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be coming back, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about the future of us on that episode.
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
the plan?
Yeah. We can
Sounds
talk
like
about
you're breaking
the
up with me,
past
Joe.
of us and the future
Listen,
of
Tom,
us.
we need to talk, but not for another.
What about
3
me?
weeks.
You didn't have a plan for me in your whole.
See, there's the flaw. Well, I'll be with him now.
It's like a strobe light in here.
What's going on? We're gonna do we're gonna do a Kids in the Hall podcast. Yes.
Oh,
Guys, Elfwitch is saying end at 3:08, like the show.
Oh
Very
no,
nice
we're gonna go wait.
So poetic.
So I can say this, right? We've got it. We're gonna go over the scientific survey results.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be at least 2 or 3 episodes, and we do have to do our season 3 rewatch.
Yeah.
yeah. I think that
It
there's
might be
definitely
sooner than we normally do it, though. Right? Usually we're like a year into after the previous season ended, and we do it. But this one will be obviously much closer.
Yeah, there's still stuff to talk about, even if like we're fairly certain the show's not going to come back. Like, so I think that like it's not, like there'd be less like news episodes because there's not going to be a lot of news, but there's still stuff to do. And I think,
I think we've
any
agreed
more
that.
than that.
Yeah, I think one thing we can say that we all agreed on is we're not going to do a reread podcast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a Wheel of Time reread podcast. So you can scratch that off the list. That's one thing we're definitely not going to do. Now, will we do one of our other ideas? Popes and pasta.
Hopes and pasta.
It's a strong candidate.
I feel like
the
we
Quizatch
did,
Haddock
like
Chat.
one of everything we've said we were going to do.
Right. Skeeter put in Talk Around the podcast about brainstorming new podcasts. I have to say that's not far off from something we've discussed.
That's true. We did talk about something like that, but yeah, I think we've made a promise to, I guess, each other that on the episode 300 we will have made a decision and talk about that. So
yeah.
put a date on it so that way, otherwise we'll just keep procrastinating. And what's the it's part of the steps, the 12 steps, right? Admit that you have a problem.
Yeah, but we have a big problem
Yes.
that our show is canceled.
that wheel time is
That's our
canceled.
problem.
Our problem is
Admit it.
Yeah. Got to do that. All right, Jen, next question.
Oh no.
Oh wow,
Okay.
we've been okay.
How many more are we
We
gonna
want to do
do?
one
Yeah, I
more?
feel
I
like
just realized we've been talking for a while.
Yeah, this
You wanna
turned
do
into a
one?
long episode.
That did one last question.
Do one more. We can do
One
one
quick one.
We can do
One
one.
quick question. I didn't realize it was like an hour, and all of a sudden it was an hour and a half. Like 2 minutes later, it felt like.
You want to do like some of the, like, what's your favorite food and what's your least favorite food?
Go ahead. Favorite food?
Okay. Chicken cutlets.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fried chicken cutlets.
I just had those for lunch today, and for lunch
The best
yesterday, and
dinner.
dinner the day before.
Best dinner.
Man, it's good.
Least favorite food? I don't know. Like vegetables in general.
Yeah, anything green.
Hot sauce.
A whole food group.
No, yeah, I don't eat vegetables. But unless you
Fruits?
count corn and potatoes as a vegetable, which they're really not.
Tom?
My favorite food. I'm very healthy. My favorite food is probably a tie between pepperoni pizza and McDonald's French fries.
Yeah, pizza's good.
I'm gonna probably go with pepperoni pizza because I have that a lot more. And then my least favorite food. It's tough. I'm not huge on Indian cuisine, but like I don't consider that a least favorite. Just it's not something I partake in often. The thing that I had to have the most that I never liked was pea soup.
Yeah,
Ugh.
split pea soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love peas. Can't stand pea soup.
Well, split pea soup is very different. It doesn't taste. It tastes different.
No, I know. That's my point.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Favorite. I mean, pizza's up there on my list. I don't know if it's number one. If it's like a food that you had to eat for the rest of life, I would probably pick pizza because I feel like
yeah.
I don't think I would get tired of it as
I think I
quickly
would.
as maybe some of the other foods that I would put up. Like I love seafood, so you know, any kind of seafood would be good, or steak, or how about a surf and turf, lobster and steak, filet mignon. There we go, some surf and turf.
Yeah, filet mignon. That's a good
Definitely
one.
delicious. Least favorite. There's not a lot of foods that I dislike.
Coleslaw.
I don't like coleslaw. You're right. I'm not grossed out
I
by
don't know.
it.
It's just
You know what
right in
Tom
my
does
head.
it like?
I love
He knows
coleslaw.
because Tom
Onion
always
rings.
eats the coleslaw. Tom would always eat the
Oh.
coleslaw. I'd give it to Tom.
Tom doesn't like onion rings. So if there's a sampler platter, instead of the onion rings, can you just put more of the other
Can
stuff?
you just give me more of the other stuff? I don't dislike onion rings. The other stuff is just better.
Yeah.
Tom, that was Tom's order at like Perkins or the diner every time we went out. Instead of the onion rings, can you just make more of the other stuff?
They would make fun of me because every time I asked for it like it was an idea that I just had at the moment.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
like I
you
said
know
it.
what? Can you just
You were
Like-
trying to convince the waiter or the waitress that this is some novel idea that you just came to you to make it seem like you were less of a douchebag.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, I just instead of the onion rings,
Or was it you were trying to make them feel like they just witnessed the birth of some grand experience and idea?
No, he was being like innocent about it. Like, do you think you could just like do
Yeah.
more of the other stuff? Like instead, is that okay? I don't know. I haven't done this every other time.
Yeah, I
don't know that the answer is yes because I come here like twice a month and always asking for the same thing.
I've never done this sort of thing before. I'll try,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
just
kinda
trying this out. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Just a tip. Oh wait, went too far. All right, sorry.
I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I believe the term is ménage à trois.
I thought you were going to say onion rings.
But I believe the term is no onion rings. More of the other stuff. I don't know. Doesn't fit.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I think we talked way too long, I feel like. And it totally throws off the ratio now of having most of the episode prior to the intro. So we've destroyed that. So that's still
Oh, well.
it's still on my bucket list of podcasting. Before we go though, Jen, we have a special guest coming next week. Who is the special guest?
We do, guys. I'm so excited. I don't know how to even say it, but Juliet Howland is finally coming on
Yes.
Talk Around Riyadh next week. So this is like one pro to the show being canceled for right now, is that we can get her on.
Yeah.
I mean, she might have been able to come on anyway because she's not on the show anymore, but
Yeah.
who knows? It worked out. It was easier to work out.
Yeah, we can get some I was gonna say head news from the horse's mouth.
From the hen's beak?
From the hen's beak. Straight from the hen's beak.
Straight from the hen's beak. I don't know. Maybe,
I mean,
maybe one of the
we
hens
might
will
get-
be on. Maybe we'll get a
I
hen.
mean, maybe. And I hope it's Jenny Hen.
What is it?
My namesake.
Is it mean to say
No, wait,
that
that's the
I'm more
opposite around.
excited? I'd be more excited if a hen came on than just Julia.
It's not
Yeah,
mean to say.
I think that's a little mean to say.
No, because he's not saying he's not excited. He's just saying that if a hen showed up, his excitement would increase.
Oh,
That's
so it's not
mean.
like he'd rather have a hen.
Oh wow,
No. Okay.
that's a question I'm not going to answer.
No.
Um,
I don't think a hen would be a very good guest.
okay,
People are putting in like Camilla and the
Yes.
other head Muppets, and I've got like a whole bunch of Gonzo decorations on like right over here. So maybe I'll put like a Gonzo thing behind me just to see if anyone gets it.
Gonzo's the biggest lover of chickens there is.
No, he's a lover of chickens. It's a
I
different,
know.
It's a different
Chicken
vibe.
lover.
it's a chicken lover. Yeah,
so it's
excited
happening.
for that. It'll be our 299th episode.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Round it out. All right. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe if you prefer to see us. And we also post some other stuff there, like parodies and things like that. Also, cast interviews. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final thoughts and words, Jen and Tom.
Save WoT. Do it. Save it. That's it.
Tom?
Jen said it all.
Thanks
Many
everyone for
times.
listening. Thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.